Me, I own all of this. You're welcome. And I'm here to let you all know in about a few minutes' time, right here on this very stage, their majesties were making our morning announcements of the day. Aren't you all excited?
Yes!
Well, that was whelming. Not overwhelming, but whelming.
Huzzah!
Closer. Now, I want you to all try it together. On the count of three, you're going to laugh, cheer, and go absolutely nuts so that everybody over there knows how important what's going on over here is. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Huzzah!
Master Bixby,
Yay.
a VIP.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's all I've got, dear. Sorry about that.
Miss, please, join the...
What is your name, my dear? Jamie, come up here. Jamie is a member of our VIPs, which is very important, something that begins with the word P. Now, Jamie here, I want you to show them how excited and crazy I want you to be for their majesties. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Huzzah!
Try it again. This time, you're going to jump around and go absolutely nuts, all right? I look at you and I see nuts. So, I think you, don't you think she has it in her?
Yeah!
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, go!
There you go.
And that is what I want from each and every one of you. Thank you, Jamie. Go on, give her a round of applause, everyone.
Woo!
All right, so you've seen how it's done by the master. So are you all ready to give it that level of enthusiasm?
Yeah!
1, 2, 3.
Woo!
That'll do. All right, we're going to begin in just a few minutes' time, so sit tight. Remember, their majesties are going to be here. I could plot. All right, be good, be good, be good, be good.
Way to pace yourself. I started with $20, so then I had to buy my coffee.
My lords and ladies, I am Sir Henry Guilford, Captain of the Guard, and I welcome you to Norwoodshire. In just a few moments, you will rise to greet our monarchs. Prepare yourselves for this once-in-a-lifetime privilege to look upon their majesties.
Looky here, Bert, love. The king himself is going to be right here on this very stage, and we've got ourselves some prime seats. I told you we'd be glad if we come early.
I think so, Daisy, old girl. Back in London, we couldn't even see the king, and now his eye and Martin's will be spitting distance from us.
Now, Bert, dear, no need to be rude. Not when we's here amongst the court and such. Look at them all, proud as peacocks they are, and in their fancy dress. Look at them dresses, velvet. Oh, ain't they all a sight?
Not half as much as they will be when we get through with him, eh?
Bert, dear, you're not thinking of doing them what we done.
Oh, you bet I am, Daisy, my heart. The old standby.
Oh, but Bert, dear, you really think it'll work?
It should. What we need is a king what is vain, what loves himself above all else, what thinks he knows everything and what won't listen to good advice even if it's handed to him.
And don't forget, a court too afraid to tell no one what they really think. That way we can say what we please, and there'll be no one to tell King Henry any different.
Ahem.
We better sit and watch a bit. We'll know if it'll work then.
Know you that their majesties take great delight in hearing the love of their subjects. Thusly, are you encouraged to cheer a lusty, God save the Queen, long live the King, when they are introduced?
Aye.
Encouraged, Sir Henry. Commanded, more like.
The Duke of Norfolk. Good morning, Your Grace. What words of wisdom do you have for our assembly here?
Just these. Now see here, peasants. You will cheer His Majesty to the skies when he arrives, or I will know the reason why. I take it we understand one another then?
Aye.
Good. Carry on, Captain.
Aye, Your Grace. But, if I may ask, why command the crowd to do that which they would have willingly done anyway?
Woo.
These people love their monarchs and readily praise them.
Yes, well. It happens that the king requires a good deal more in that line lately. Not that it's really any of your business, but I fear that the king...
Oh dear, I do hope there's nothing seriously wrong with His Majesty. Is he ill?
It's the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Good morning, Archbishop.
I hope it's nothing too tragic. We should do something to protect the Queen.
Protect her from what?
Well, from the King's serious illness, of course.
There is no illness, Archbishop. There is only the king and his... May I confide in you here and now, Cranmer?
Well, I don't see how, Your Grace. I mean, the captain is standing right here with us.
And not to mention all of our welcome guests here to see their majesties.
Yes, well, I'm not afraid of them at any rate. The people would not dare turn on me. They know by now that just a few carefully chosen words from me and the king will turn on them. As what shall I tease this fellow, Archbishop? The little upstart and I have hated each other since we arrived last year. Shouldn't you be out judging some provincial cattle contest or other such rural pursuit? We at court are perfectly capable of...
Yes, I am so sorry, Your Grace. But I was just in attendance with Her Majesty, Queen Catherine. And she had asked me to come out and make her personal introductions to the people. So pray, stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
In the Queen's service? And you love it, don't you? Well, you may speak bravely with the Queen behind you, but you won't feel so...
Yes, I'm sorry again, Your Grace. But I simply do not have time to bandy words and hallways with you. I am, as you say, in the service of the Queen. So I must remain calm and mind my own business. A little piece of advice you might wish to consider. My lords, my ladies, my friends, it is my most severe duty, yet my greatest pleasure, to introduce to you their most royal majesties, Queen Catherine of Aragon and...
Good morning, my loyal subjects.
God save the Queen!
God save the Queen! Thank you once again for that heartfelt greeting. It is comforting to know that the gates of Norwichshire remain open and welcome, no matter what happens. Your love gives me the strength to carry on despite the king.
Your Majesty, what is all this? I thought we had agreed not to publicly discuss the king's infirmity.
You decided, Norfolk, you and your cronies. I will appeal to the people of this, my adopted country. I am sure they will understand.
So there really is something wrong with King Henry after all? The Duke of Norfolk said it was nothing.
I did not. I never said a word yea or nay. You drew your own conclusion.
Ever the politician, Norfolk? Well, I'm afraid that this issue goes beyond mere politics. The very future of the kingdom could be at stake.
That's bad.
Oh, it's worse than you think, Captain, if what Her Majesty tells me is
Your
true.
Majesty, I must protest. It is one thing seeking the support of your people, but when you go about discussing sensitive matters of state with this little man...
Little!
Forgive me, Mayor. I had no call to insult your stature.
That's better.
Unimportant, I mean. A virtual commoner whose only interest is to curry royal favor.
Better a commoner than a sneaky, disloyal courtier.
Disloyal?
Archbishop, did you hear
Your
what he had?
Grace, I have no wish to be drawn into an argument. As the Lord Mayor has said, cooler heads often prevail in cases like this.
So you're on his
I
side.
never
Don't
said
make me
anything
angry,
about being
Norfolk.
on
You won't like me when I'm
don't
angry.
think
And
so.
people love those kettle
No,
contests.
they
Every
don't.
one of them.
Rise, gentlemen. This foolish arguing is getting us nowhere. And all the while, has no one noticed that the king is not by my side?
Well, I'll be.
Oh, I knew we forgot something.
We didn't forget. I left him behind on purpose because I wanted to speak with you all alone. I'm afraid you will find the king changed.
The pox?
Oh, nothing like that. Outwardly, he remains the same. It is inside, in his heart and mind, where the damage has been wrought. Captain, you would describe your king as conceited, would you not?
Your Majesty, it's really not my place
All
to...
thoughts of treason aside, you would describe him as conceited?
Your Majesty, I would.
And you, man?
Confident, bold,
Overbearing,
proud, rash.
a bit of a braggart, and a blowhard.
Archbishop.
I did say a little.
All very true descriptions, I think. And for all that, a great king and ruler. One who once had hoped to raise England up to take its place amongst the great nations of Europe.
Of course. You said once. Has that changed?
Greatly. Since Princess Mary's return from France, reports have circulated at the courts of France and my own Spain are calling my husband upstart. And the little king. It has shaken his confidence to no end, and he is now convinced or obsessed with proving himself their equal in riches and splendor.
Oh, but that's all to the good, isn't it, Your Majesty? I mean, better roads, bigger cathedrals, a larger presence.
Would that it were so, but I'm afraid that the only larger presence that concerns the king is his own. Norfolk, do you recall how much money Henry's father, the king, left in the royal treasury?
Not the exact amount, Your Majesty, but near enough. A great deal, certainly.
Would it shock you to learn that nearly half that great amount is gone, spent already?
It would indeed, ma'am.
Yes, well, it's more than that.
Oh, Your Grace! Steady, man.
But how could this dreadful thing have happened?
Allow me to show you. Captain, would you show Lady Jane Parker onto the stage?
Aye, Your Majesty.
Gentlemen, my husband has been almost a stranger to me lately. He spends all his time in the company of these infidels that I cannot even tell you what name I might give them. But no, all the time that he spends is in their presence.
Perhaps, Your Majesty, we should not be speaking of these things in public.
No, it's not what you think, Archbishop.
Oh, good, not a mistress, then.
Oh, no, he has those, of course, but heaven knows he spends little time or money on them.
Then what, Your Majesty? What could so occupy the king's time and our country's money? Pray, do not keep us in suspense.
I believe that this will answer your question, gentlemen. Lady Jane Parker, before I arrived here at this presentation, Rise, I asked you to fetch His Majesty to greet our subjects. Have you brought him with you?
No, Your Majesty.
Did he send his regrets?
Not exactly, no.
It is as I expected.
Oh, he did send a note, Your Majesty. This young lady brought it to me just now.
Well, that is something, I suppose. You! Jean, your master is the master of the wardrobe, is it not?
Answer Her Majesty when she speaks to you, girl.
That is quite all right, Jane. I can see that the poor thing is nervous to be out here in front of all of these good people. You may run along now, Jean.
Oh!
Your Majesty, what is going on? What does the master of the king's wardrobe have to do with any of this?
You have heard the expression, have you? Clothes make the man.
Of course.
Well, tell me what you think of this. Here is Henry's message to me.
Hear ye, a message from His Majesty the King. all within my hearing, take notice.
That was quite unnecessary, Captain. Apparently, this message was intended for my eyes only. Although on second thought, perhaps I should share it with you all. Catherine, make some excuse to the people. I simply cannot see them today. I haven't got a thing to wear.
I don't understand.
It's just as Her Majesty says. Clothes make the man. The king, insecure in his standing with the other great monarchs on the continent, has decided to showcase the riches of his country and the splendor of his personal magnificence with increasingly costly displays of jewels, garb, and other such finery.
And you got all that from that little note?
That's not all. The Queen has confided in us so that we may come up with some sort of solution that will please the king while still giving the country a dramatic financial solution. At least until she can bring the king to his senses.
Oh, come on. You're just guessing now.
Well, it's a good guess. Even I have to admit that.
I confess, I knew a thing or two of His Majesty's insecurities before. But I admit the clothing thing is a new wrinkle.
That was a joke, was it not?
What was?
Well, you know, clothing, wrinkle.
I am not in a joking mood, Archbishop. Your Majesty, what are we to do? Surely it is the king's pleasure to use the treasury at his disposal?
Alas, I fear if we do not act, there will be no treasury. Therefore, with the Lord Mayor's kind assistance, I have written to a bank in Amsterdam, asking them to send a representative to discuss the particulars of a loan to keep our nation solvent.
Is it wise to involve the Dutch so much in English affairs? You are right. The king would be furious if he knew.
Alas, I have tried to reason with him, but my words fall on deaf ears. Unfortunately, my husband's anger is not my chief worry right now. My spies en route from Holland to here have informed me that Cornelius van der Hoek, the bank's representative, is an extremely volatile, angry man, who eschews extravagance of any kind. If he were to meet Henry in his current extravagant humor, our finances would never recover. Therefore, it will be your task, as well as mine, to keep them separated for as long as possible, at least until I've secured our loan. Norfolk, I know that you and I do not see eye to eye on many things.
That is an understatement, Your Majesty.
However, I have laid our financial troubles out for you honestly. I trust I have your complete confidence in this endeavor, Norfolk. You men.
Aye, Your Majesty.
You good people out there.
Good people?
Aye.
Signified by saying aye.
Aye.
Wonderful.
Such loyal subjects.
I can be loyal as well, Your Majesty. I will give you my best efforts and throw in my lot with this loan scheme.
Good man. Indeed. Thank thee, Norfolk. Do you mind my asking why?
Because it suits my purpose and my purse. If the king's current financial condition continues in its natural course, it would only be a matter of time before he came to me for a loan.
I appreciate your candor, Norfolk. Now, as the Vanderhawks arrive here in Norwayshire within the hour, Mayor Bixby and I must leave you to make our preparations. The rest of you repair to His Majesty's wardrobe stage to keep him occupied and see what he's gotten himself into.
God save the Queen!
God save the Queen!
Now that had to be a joke.
What?
Well, you know, see what he's gotten himself into. Because we were talking about clothing.
Archbishop, stop looking for jokes. Trust me, I will tell you if any funny business happens on this stage.
So what do you think, Daisy, old girl? Think our little swindle will work on the mighty King Henry and his blessed court?
Well, let's see now. Vain king.
Check.
Doesn't listen to advice.
Check.
Scared courts, bad debts, desperate situation.
Check, check, and check.
Well,
It'll work.